All right, back with you today, continuing on with my flea market finds. So I already did a video where I went through the contents of the 87 Donruss box. You can check that out on my channel. Here is the second box I picked up that day at the flea market. So I paid 10 bucks a piece for both of these boxes. So 20 all in. Got your 1991 tops here. Box bottoms, nice Ricky Henderson on the bottom, Carlton Fisk, 2 Hall of Famers. How do you like that? And here we go. 36 packs in this box. But if you saw the 87 Donruss video, you are gonna already know where I'm going with this. Yes, these packs were opened. The guy told me that they were opened and the cards were put right back into them. So there you go. That is why I picked them up for 10 bucks. And open the 87 Donruss already. Go check that video out. Pleasantly surprised. So here we go. 91. We are looking for errors in this. The only rookie that I'm really looking for is Chipper Jones. And the nice thing about this is there is no gum in these packs. That's what the guy tried telling me. I think whoever opened these packs was just basically looking for the gum. And here you go. I did open the first pack before I purchased the box. Saw the Frank Thomas on top. So I was like, you know what? I'll take a swing at it. There you go. Frank Thomas right there. Robin Ventura. Let's start our star stack. Mike Greenwell goes in the star stack. I'm flipping them around because I'm trying to see if there are any dark backs before I put them in there. And Carl Everett, #1 draft pick. It's a pretty good pack right there, actually. I'm hoping to find one of the big errors like the Mark Whiten handover border or the Doug Drabek, the Chris Hoiles that has a white border around it. That would be pretty sweet. And also looking for your dark backs. Basically the 40th anniversary logo there would be dark. There we go. Pack wrapper behind me. And we're moving. White good in there. Charlie Hayes, Miller, Bradley. There's also Keith Comstock in here that's got the logo era. Who else do we have? This is quite a bit as far as errors. And once again, just going to go through the backs real quick, see if I do have any of the dark variations. There is also like a glow, not a glow in the dark, but if you put them under the black light, I think that's another thing that people have discovered. They're called glow backs, I believe. But I do not have a black light. I should probably get one just to see. And this is the first time I'm actually going through. What is that? Some kind of staining. This is the first time going through this 91 tops on my channel, actually. So we're having a look at it. Dave Winfield, Hall of Famer. Got to look at the back of that card, but seems like there are no dark backs. Nope, that's just a darker blue on the back. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 was the Winfield. So, okay, that leads me to believe that maybe they did pull some cards out of some of these. So, who knows? But again, for 10 bucks, figured what the heck, I'd give it a shot. Winfield was not a dark back, was it? No. Let's see here. Cecil Fielder. Now that pack had 15, so that's why I went quiet there, because I was actually kind of counting in my head. No dark backs in that. No Hall of Famers in that pack. Did get a Cecil Fielder, so maybe the Chipper Jones was in that first pack. I don't know. Maybe there was somebody else. It's a nice Roger Clemens there. No dark back on the Clemens. And let's see if we can find one of those errors Tom Hankey there. There's a Kirby Puckett. No. All right. The 87 Donruss packs were definitely, so far, better than this. Nice Canseco right there. Barry Jones. Roberto Alomar. I got a Don Mattingly. I'm happy about that. We all know Mattingly is the best, in my opinion. Ken Caminetti, a Bobby Bonilla All-Star card. And looks like, I don't know. Looks like there are no dark backs in this box, which maybe there are going to be no errors either if we ever come across a Chris Hoiles or the Drabek. It's going to be a long video going through all the backs of these cards. But yes, no gum for me to have somebody make a comment about, why don't you try the gum? You know who you are. You know who you are. Yeah. So, I don't know exactly how the dark backs work. Were they earlier print runs? Was it just a different kind of print run? Like a different, that's Billy Ripken. There's a nice Ricky Henderson. A different printer that they used, maybe. Alex Fernandez, that was a good a first round draft pick card right there. There's the Keith Comstock. Look at that, it is the era. We got the Cubs logo on there instead of the Mariners. So that's kind of cool. We did get the Comstock era, but I feel like that one's fairly common. Definitely compared to like the Mark Whiten or the Chris Hoiles or the Drabek. I feel like the Whiten, Drabek, and Hoiles are actually a lot rarer than you think. Or than we think, I should say. Yeah, there's a nice Dave Justice. Sweet. All right. So far, nothing. I feel like if this was open back in, 91, and then they, put them back into the packs, maybe they weren't really looking for the Mark Whiten at the time, so maybe I could get lucky. There's a Craig Biggio. Nice Hall of Fame. Let me check the back. I almost feel like I don't need to be checking backs of these anymore. Matt Noakes on my Yankees. Kelly Gruber. There's a Andre Dawson Hall of Famer. Great checklist right there. Nothing. Nothing on the back of these. Got the Comstock. And so far, a whole bunch of Hall of Famers. Let's see if we could find the chipper. What am I doing? Jose Offerman. I'm going to put Offerman down there. Juan Gonzalez. Check the back. Thought that's a Doug Drabek for a second. It's like, wait a second. That's not the card, but I see the Doug. Nope. Not that stack. So this is the 10th year that Topps actually made a 792 card set. Believe it or not. 10th consecutive year. It's pretty crazy. Tony La Russa. And that is it. Wes Chamberlain, that's the other. Did I mention Wes Chamberlain? He also has that error. I remember he was a big card to go after at the time. That error card I do remember, because I remember remember pulling one out of a pack, I believe it was. Tartable. And let's throw Andres Galarraga down there. Pulled one out of a pack, and a buddy of mine was like, I think that's the error. And I was like, no, it can't be. Sure enough, it was. It's got a different image. I think it's the one where no bat in the picture is the error. The one where it's got the bat over the shoulder is the actual Wes Chamberlain. Rock Reigns. Is that one of the few cards or one of the only cards that says Rock Reigns? I'm not 100% sure. Anybody out there know that one? How about a Cal Ripken? If you know the answer to that question, let me know. I could always look it up, but since it just came to mind and I'm doing a video, what the heck? Throw it out to you guys. 40th anniversary instant win game. Never did any of those. That's Joe Torre. She's a Hall of Famer. Another Craig Biggio there. Mike Pagliarulo. Carlton Fisk. And a Devon White. And there are no dark backs in any of these packs so far. Almost halfway through the box, so don't think we're going to have it. So basically at this point, I'm kind of hoping. Chet Lemon. Yeah, let's throw Greg Jeffries in the star stack today. Joe Girardi. How about a nice Bo Jackson? He needs to go to the star stack. Got the wrong stack there. Whoops. All right, last pack of the first half of the box. Tino Martinez. Going in my star stack. Kirk Gibson, Lou Whitaker. There's the Chris Hoiles. It is not the white border. Wah, 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 wah. And I think at this point, I'm just going to stop flipping them over. How about a Ken Griffey Jr. All-Star card? Absolutely. Take that. Here we go. Halfway through the video. This is where I thank you all for watching. Thank you for joining me today. I do appreciate it. If you have subscribed, thank you very much for that. Again, appreciate it. Helps me out. Give me a like. Throw some comments in there. I have a lot of fun going back and forth, talking with everybody. And let's keep it rolling. Trying to bring you the junk wax era, open stuff from the 80s and 90s. And find some cool pickups like this. I know some people might look at it and think it's just junk, but the thrill of the hunt. Pulling some sweet Hall of Famers out of here. Got a great Keith Comstock era, some stars. Ken Griffey, the senior. And how about a nice Nolan Ryan right there? Card number 1 of the set. Hey, look at this. All right. We did get the Chipper Jones. I'll be happy about that. Tony Gwynn. Lee Smith. This is a great pack. A lot of Hall of Famers in there. And Vince Coleman. We're going to throw Vince Coleman, Speedy Vince Coleman on the star stack today. We got the subsets, record breakers. We've seen some all-stars already. You got your draft picks, your future star cards in here. So all in all, it's a good set to go after. Those box bottoms, if you can find a nice condition box bottom, you can, some of those go for some good cash. I know I said I wasn't going to flip them around, but just a random pack. Why not? Let's check it out. All right, so we got the Chipper. We got the Keith Comstock. Yes, that's what I was hoping for. Not really. I was really hoping for the Hoiles or the Drabek. About an Ozzie Canseco there. There's a nice record breaker. Kevin Moss, baby. Heck yeah. That guy came onto the scene and disappeared. Hey, that is the corrected one. All right. So the error, it is a totally different player. Does not have a bat over his shoulder. That's how you know the Wes Chamberlain error. And because of my childhood, Wes Chamberlain goes in my star stack. I think this was the last year that Topps put gum. Yes, it is. Why did I say I think? How about a Tom Glavine Hall of Famer? This is the last year that Topps put gum in the packs. Although there is no gum in these packs. Let's put strawberry down there. But yes, this was the last year. And I think this was also last year of wax for them, because didn't they go to the almost like the cello style, that plasticky wrap? And a Mark Grace. We will put Mark Grace in the star stack today. I think the print run of this was pretty low too. They only did like 4 to 5 million. Tommy Lasorda there. John Olerud. Oh, Mill Hall. There we go. How about a nice Nolan Ryan record breaker? I mean, all in all, if you look at these, what we're pulling out of here, I gotta say, maybe the guy just wanted the gum. Whoever opened these packs took the gum out and just threw them back in. Maybe that was the case. It's pretty amazing. Bobby Witt. Not the junior. Joe Carter. I always like to put Joe Carter in my stack. We got the Philly fans that hate Joe Carter. I know. Sorry. Last stack. Here we go. Coming down to it. Can we find the Drabek? Can we find the Whiten? Will they be the errors? Probably not. Well, there he is. Drabek, no, is not the error. See, that's what I'm saying. I feel like those were a lot tougher to find. That little inner border is white. Him and Hoiles. That's the difference on those two cards. All right, so we're just looking for the Mark Whiten now. Let's see if we can find Whiten. Dale Murphy there. Joe Girardi. Put Tino back down there for myself. Fred Lynn. How about a Larry Walker second year? Whoops. Wrong pile. Getting my piles confused. Tell you what. Some nice stacks right there. Very nice stacks. And we're going to finish with Barry Larkin right there. Another record breaker. Carlton Fisk. Sweet. Hall of Famer. There we go. Who's that? Oh. Walt Weiss. And nothing in that pack. Still no Whiten. I was today years old when I found out that they had made a 9-card sample sheet set. Did you guys know that that existed out there? You know, came out in like 1990 to promote the set. And so it's a 9-card uncut sheet, and it says sample on the back. Pretty cool looking. I did find one for sale on eBay for like $200. I will throw pictures of those, the front and back, or the back and front, whichever way I put it, right there on the screen. Check it out. Never knew that existed. Pretty sweet. There's another Kevin Moss right there. That's the regular, not the record breaker. Cecil Fielder. How about a Barry Bonds All-Star card there? Here we go. 3 packs left. Can we find the Whiten? Probably not. Can we even find just the base Whiten? Whoa. Whoops. The non-error Whiten. Pete Harnish, my boy from Comac. Tom Gordon. Sparky Anderson. Looks like he's 100 years old in that picture. Tom Kelly. All right. How about a Ken Griffey Jr.? Solid. It's not a bad way to almost end the video with a Griffey. Now we will end the video with this last pack. Bringing it up right now. Doug Jones is the last card. I don't want to end with Doug Jones, so let's move him. Now we won't know who we're going to end with. Maybe that one pack was missing. Nice Cal Ripken Jr. right there. Was missing the Whiten. Greg Olson, Jack Clark, Sandy Alomar. Putting him down there. Jack Clark, why not? No Whiten. Fernando. Now that is a way better card to end with. Fernando. We did get the Keith Comstock Cubs logo error card there. No Hoiles, no Drabek. We did pull out the Chipper Jones, actually. We did pull a Chipper, so that was pretty sweet. Actually looks pretty good, too. I do say so myself. Yeah, not too bad at all. Centering might be a little bit off, but pretty clean looking. Pretty clean looking. So that's it. That's what I got for you. Finish off my flea market find. And with that, I'll leave you with this. One man's junk wax, another man's treasure. Take care.